So this is the district competition, competition 3 for 2012-2013. Written round, we're going to start with the first page. All right. Find the quotient, quotient means divide, of 3 7/8 and 4 9ths. Express your answer as a mixed number. Now for us to do this, first thing we have to do is we have to convert this into an improper fraction, divide, and then turn it back into a mixed number. So to turn this into an improper fraction, 3 times 8 is 24. 24 plus 7 is 31. So we have 31 over 8. And we're multiplying it by 9 over 4. That's unfortunate because just nothing really nicely fits in that, right? I can't reduce. So then 9 times 31 is 279 over 32. So that would mean that we have to now divide the two. How many times does 32 go into 279? So we have 279 over, okay, then we go to 32, sorry. So 32 does not go into 227, it's too big. So how many times does it go into 279? Well, it's probably going to go in about 8 or 9 times. So I'm going to guess 8. 8 times 2 is 16, carry the 1. 8 times 3 is 24, that's 25. So we subtract, we get 3, 2, so we have 8 and 23 30-seconds. Now for my next, oh my goodness, oh sorry, I couldn't transpose, that's 33. For my next question, we have the Celsius and Fahrenheit problem again. So we're going to convert 39.2 degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius. This one's fairly easy because we just plug it into the F side. We don't have to do anything fancy with it. So we have Celsius is equal to 5 times 39.2 minus 32, and that is all over 9. So 39.2 minus 32 is going to be, we still have our 5 on the outside, so it's going to be 7.2 over 9. So then we multiply 5 times 7.2. 5 times 2 is 10, carry the 1, so that's 36 over 36 over 9, so we divide that. I'm wrong, it is, yeah. And so then we divide it out, and so we get 4 degrees Celsius. In a group of students, 42 students had brothers and 49 had sisters. Of these students, 26 had both brothers and sisters, which would be crazy because that means their parents have 3 kids, and that's a lot of kids to look after. How many students are in the whole group? So this is a Venn diagram question. So I'm going to draw my Venn diagram. So we have brothers, we have sisters, and so it says 42 had brothers. So we had brothers, we have 42. And we have 49 had sisters. I had a sister, no brothers. Of these students, 26 had both. So we have 26 in the middle. That's a 26 for those people who can read it. So I'm going to have to subtract 26 from both of these, so we can figure out how many only had brother and how many only had sisters. So we subtract this, we have to borrow, so we get 6. So 16 had brothers. So we have 3 and 2, so we had 23 had just sisters. And it's asking how many students are in the whole group. So we have 16 plus 26 plus 23. So we add it, so we have 5 here, that's actually 15, carry the 1. So 2 plus 2 is 4, 6, we have 65 total people. Angel's average score on his 4 tests is 91. So he's doing pretty good in his tests. At least he thinks he is. But you know what's better than 91? 92. So the test scores range from 0 to 100. 0 to 100. Of course, I have a telephone call. Hello? Okay, I'm in the middle of recording right now. Shoot. I don't remember. Okay. I need to get going so I can. This conversation is being saved for posterity's sake. I think we can talk about it later. Okay, I have 2 kids in my room taking a test right now. I will. I love you. Bye. All right, so back to the test, or back to the competition. So the test scores range from 0 to 100. What is the lowest possible score Angel could have earned on one of the 4 tests? So here's the deal. So if his average is 91, so we have 91 times 4, and we'll get the sum of his 4 tests, right? So we'll get 4 and what is that? So he has a total of 364 points. So if he had 100s on 3 of the tests, that means his lowest possible score would be a 64, because 364 minus the 300 that he got on perfect scores you got gives him a 64. So the following table shows x and y values for a linear equation. Write the equation in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form, again, is y equals mx plus b. So that's the slope of 2. If we go backwards to when x is 0, we will have a y value of 5. So my slope is 0. Sorry, my slope is 2, and my y-intercept is 5. So it's 2x plus 5. Everyone really, really should have gotten that one right. All right, number 6. Express 125 as a base 8 numeral. So base 8. So here we have 8 to the 0, which is 1. Here we have 8 to the first, which is 8. Here we have 8 to the second, which is 64. 8 to the third is going to be 64 times 8. Now 64 times 8 is going to be bigger than 125, so I don't have to go to the next one. So how many 64s go into 125? Well, 3 is going to go too high, so it's going to have to be 2. So 2 times 64 is going to be 128, so that is too big even. So 164 goes into 125. So we have 125 minus 64, and so we get a 1 here, borrow, we get 6, right? So we have 61 left over. How many 8s go into 61? Well, obviously 8 doesn't. But 7. 7 times 8 is, oh sorry, it's a little high, isn't it? No, that's 56. So we go ahead and subtract, and so we get 5 left over. So that's kind of neat. It's 175 in base 8. Cool. All right. A bill at a restaurant is $32.52. If 20% tip is added, what will the total cost of lunch be, rounded to the nearest cent? So here's the fun thing about the 20% tip. If I move the decimal place over, that's going to be 10%. So 10% is going to be $3.25, well, 3.2 cents, right? So 20% is going to be $6.50. So that's going to be my tip. Because 2 plus 2 is 4, so that's going to be less than 5, so you can round down. So then we're going to add that to my 32.52, I get 2, 0, carry the 1, that's 9. Yep, that's it. $39, 2 cents. How many distinct ways can we write the word raccoon once it's rearranged? So raccoon has 7 letters. So it's 7 factorial. And how many repeats? Well, the C's repeat and the O's repeat. So we have 7 factorial over 2 factorial, those are for the C's, 2 factorial, those are for the O's. So we have 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2. 2 factorial is just 2, it's not very exciting. 2 times 2 is 4, so those cancel out. So here we have 30, here we have 6, so we have 180, that's 30 times 6, times 7, so here's my 0, 6 for 56. And that is 12, so 1,260. In a class of 36 students, there are 16 boys and 20 girls. 7 are A students. 4 of these students are girls. If a student is chosen at random, what is the probability of choosing a girl or an A student? Express your answer as a fractional numeral. Okay, well, so the trick here is, so how many are girls? So we have 20 out of 36 are girls, right? Well, how many A students are there that are boys? Well, 7 are A students and 4 of those are girls. So how many boys are A students? That would be 3 are A students. So we're going to add the A students. It's 3 out of 36. So this is a grand total of 23 out of 36. Because you add those in this case. And the reason why you add these is because of this OR statement right here. A square has an entire area of 529. What is the perimeter of the square? Okay, so we have an area of 529, and I know this is x, and I know this is x because squares have the same side length. So I know x squared is equal to 529. So then, what is the square root of 529? That is really the big question. Well, it's less than 25, because 25 times 25 is 625. So what number multiplied by itself is, it's got to be 23, because 3 times 3 is 9, right? So x is equal to 23. So we want the perimeter, so 23 times 4 is going to equal to 92, and that's right. Okay, so there is the first page, totally explained for your mathematics pleasures.